Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music.
That's right.
Hanging out with my old friend all the way back from grade
call me
school. Old friend and old. You're both.
We are.
We are. We're the
Look at
same
this.
age.
Yes, I know.
Graduated the same year high school, at the same high school.
That's true.
Rode the bus together.
The bus.
I did my homework. You drew
How was that
Iron
bus
Maiden.
driver?
You drew Iron Maiden drawings.
I did. Skulls and Fire.
Yeah,
It's
Skulls
the
and
only
Fire.
way to do
Yes,
it.
we had this crazy bus driver out of a movie named Bubbles.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to hear nothing above a whisper. Remember that?
Man, she was terrifying.
Yeah, and Cam pushed the.
It's a Gear Thursday.
Oh.
Isn't that cool?
Thursday.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Hanging out with my old childhood friend, Brett Papa of BrettPapa.com. He brought some toys just to make me jealous.
Right.
Thanks a lot, by the way. You met,
It was done to me.
This is just like in fourth grade when you brought the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier over. Just
Exactly.
kidding, you didn't have that.
I wish I did.
Yeah,
Kid down the street did.
Yeah, and you already had a mustache back then.
Right, I did. Yeah. For the chest hair.
So real quick, you brought this amazing piece of gear. We have to kind of try and explain it.
Okay.
First, what's the name?
It's called the Universal Audio Aux.
Yes.
Okay. Second, it is if you have like a loud amp, it's a sound man's dream because you can take a 100-watt head, and if you're one of those guys that has to hear it through a cab, you can scale down the power to 5 watts.
Right.
So you can still hear it on stage through your cab,
Yeah.
but you also get to crank your head.
And it's this middle piece
It's this
here.
thing right here.
You're actually not being amplified out of an amplifier.
Exactly.
Whatever people heard of your guitar, and we're going to hear more of it, was literally the head
Yep.
into the aux.
Yep.
The aux going direct into my my audio recorder.
Yep.
So you're not. It sounds like an amp.
And that's the other thing too. There's a lot of people that there's the Kemper thing and people like it or they don't. This is a way to almost have that same flexibility, especially the sound guys are gonna love you or your neighbors for that matter.
Yes,
Because you really
yes.
can take a 100-watt head and just have it as loud as you want, but you get the cranked back end sound of a tube amp, which is what everybody's wanting is that
Okay,
back. So that's the first part of the whole equation.
Phase one.
Phase one. Phase two is it comes with a world-class studio, right? So you use your iPad.
Get the truck out of town.
I swear to goodness. So check this out. And we'll
You
show
hiding
you.
something over
I
there?
am. Is my little iPad over here.
Okay.
The amazing thing about it is not only can you plug your head straight into your computer, but this software that it comes with lets you pick what kind of cab you want to play out of. It makes 2 microphones available to mic the cab, so you can do like the Studio Classic, like the 57 and a Royer. I think there's like 12 different mics you can pick. Then it also has, wait, there's more. Then it also has a room mic, which you can, well, check this out. Thing. But the cool thing about it is also it comes with a plate reverb, comes with a delay, a compressor, and an EQ. So it's literally like having a full-blown studio.
Like those are all the main effects
Yeah.
that you would use recording guitar in a studio.
Exactly. And so my favorite thing I didn't realize until my buddy's like, dude, try the presets, is the guy James Santiago, who's kind of the brainchild behind this whole thing, gets the best guitar tones, like can emulate any kind of guitar sound.
And so he
created
patches?
Yeah, he created I think there's like 100 patches. But like if I go into the patches, like one of my favorites is.
So we are in the future, aren't we?
Yeah, we are in the future. So check this out. Like everybody knows that I'm just a giant Van Halen fan, and so I was going through these and I saw this Dropped Dead chorus legs, right? So check this out. So
And you really are using the amp, I want to emphasize
this
that.
is just the amp. So anyway,
Yeah!
that's right? So there's that, and then I was like, sweet, there's Van Halen, but there's also like Hendrix ones. You know, there's like Bold as Love. There's all these different
Yeah, just pick another one.
patches that you can. Let me see. So there's
Bold as Love's good.
Yeah, let's see.
I love that.
Where did that thing go? I might have to edit this really quick, but where is that one? Axis one. Oh, there we go. Axis Room is bold. All right, so let's go back to her. So, you know, like myself, I'm pretty much, I don't know anything about studios. So the thing I like most about the presets is you can get a close approximation of a sound. And then if it's too much, you know, room or whatever, you can go and you can dial it back, right? So even though it's a preset, you can still edit it, but you can also save your own. So like I use this Friedman head and I have it divided by 13 head, and I've gone in and I've made a bunch of different patches for each of the heads, right? So there's like a rhythm one, a lead one, all that sort of stuff. So it's highly editable, and you really can take one amp and make it sound like a lot of different
Wow, nice.
amps.
Sound men really like a very low stage volume, so then they can turn the volumes up out to the audience.
And that's another thing that you could do. You could literally take the aux in the head and just run a line out to the board, and there wouldn't have to be any stage volume if they didn't want it. They could run it to your in-ears or through your monitor so you can hear it. But you can control, like, I don't even use my pedal board hardly anymore. I mean, I will if I have a gig or something like that, but the effects are so good in it that you don't need
What
it.
about your overdrive, though?
I get the overdrive just for my head. You know?
Do you have a switch?
Yeah, like, so I have a foot switch at home, but like, you know, I can, you know, dial back my gain or whatever. You know, so that would be more of my sound. Like, so watch, I'll go in and I'm in a preset, but I'll go in and I'll like put a Shure 57's like the standard mic that everybody uses, right? And so I can put a 57 on it, right? And I don't want that much room, so I can dial back the room. Right? And so another cool thing is right now it's got a greenback cabinet with 25 watt speakers in it. But what it allows you to do is, like, if you've ever messed with a new cabinet, they can be stiff. So you can also go in and there's a little speaker button and you can dial back so it sounds more broken in or more new.
Nice.
Which is super sick. So I like mine a little softer sounding, so I'll make sure that it's broken in a little bit. And then another really popular thing today is to mix a ribbon mic with the 57. So typically it's a Royer 121 or whatever.
Tim Pierce taught me how to do that.
Yep. And so it
Long time ago.
has one of those in here. And so what I can do on channel 2 is I can go in and I can add as much of that. So this is the 57. And then I can add in that Royer. And so that, you know, the 57's real like focused, where the Royer captures more of the bass kind of sounds, and so that brings up the fullness, and then you can mix it however you want. Right? And then what I could do is like, well, it's dry, so I want a little plate reverb on there. Sounds cool, but it's a little too much for what I want, and so I can dial back the reverb time. And suddenly you're getting
Killing it, man. Now, real quick, something I want to explain, because people that are following us along, about 10% of you. Just kidding. I kid.
Yeah.
No, one thing I want to say is, if it's just going directly into a sound recorder with no speaker, how are we able to hear it right now?
Yeah.
And what we did was I took a line out from the recorder, just like if you would put headphones on, and I took that cable and put it into a little PA speaker down here, just so we could hear it right now.
For sure.
To hear it.
Well, and also on the front panel of the aux, there's a headphone jack. So
Perfect.
you can plug straight in at night. And if you want to, you know, inspiration strikes at 2 a.m., you can plug in your headphones and go at it. But the cool thing about all the patches were, like, it just inspires you to play You know what I mean? It's like having some pro like go in and dial in your pedal board for you and be like, okay, try this sound, try this sound. And it just takes you.
Delicious.
It is delicious.
Play us out a little bit. So it's the Universal Audio, which makes great products.
Yeah.
I actually just bought their Aero interface.
Yep, they're great.
Thunderbolt 3 interface.
Yep.
I think it's the only one
Yeah.
that has Thunderbolt 3 for like a laptop
Yep.
audio interface. Thing's incredible.
Yeah.
And the
Well,
aux.
and the cool thing about the Aero too, when you combine those, you can go one step further because the Aero comes with like a Neve, board, and so you can really make it sound
They
like
can team up. The aux can go into
you can really make it sound like you're in a legit studio.
Wow, man.
Yep.
Play us out.